Hey, Tech Archie again. Welcome to the debut episode of a new behind the scenes documentary shows, which goes behind the scenes and shows how unique things were made for particular installments. Originally, I thought at the end of my Halloween events films that slasher villains like Michael Myers will appear, and yeah, at that time when I made the Tulleys Farm 19 film, I did have a Michael Myers mask, so at that time, yeah, I could do him, but of course the Cobot now have recorded that, but that will happen in another installment, which is complicated, but you will understand it when you watch it. So all these slasher villains I love. I mean, it's only logic and it's my personality. I did create more stuff for like Freddy and Jason, but the reason they look so bad is because the films that the remakes made them get that in that state. With these Halloween event films, the idea has always been there to show the aftermath. The reason to talk about global warming and for me to make horror films to bring them back is only logical really. The stuff about global warming is portals are like, so how else can I explain it? And I think the mega horror fans will be mental at me for making up Billy and Freddy political. The fact is, films like No Way Home, did it affect the story? Well, not really, because that was beforehand. I did have that idea, but not global warming explicitly, but I'll get into that later. Now, the reason I extended this scene is because the feature of Doctor Who, my last video, is 38 minutes long. That's a YouTube video. This is the YouTube feature, which I get more into it later, which what that means is like a film, like TV episode, TV drama, but that will be explained later. It'd be silly if this Tulleys Farm 21 feature is shorter than a YouTube video, and I'm glad that extended because I thought, well, it was short originally, like Oktoberfest, the one in Oktoberfest, the end scene, but it was fine, but I just thought the plot was lazy and it wasn't moving the plot any forward and there wasn't any character elements. I forgot to mention that how in the end scene, subplots were taken from the end scene, like ending, like climax, like scene from Friday Night 22, which I'm like, oh, how am I going to fix the plot of Friday Night 22 now? Oh boy, I've got plans, I'm still working on it, it's going to be huge. Now, what is the Tech Archie cinematic universe? So, there's YouTube, the YouTube channel, which was originally there. Like, it's me doing film reviews, like on Doctor Who, etc. Just me being a YouTuber. But then there's an alternative timeline, alternative universes, which, this is explaining it, like, alternative universes come together and the plot. So that's why Freddy and all these villains are coming, These are films, like the Tech Archie films, and he's not a YouTuber. There's no explicitly said word of YouTuber, so no mention of it. He's just a filmmaker, and so those of the Tech Archie cinematic universe are these theme parks, Halloween events. Those are a part of it. I mean, there were a bit of screw-ups in later, early in the line, like I'll have to do it, but it's been done now, and it will be expanded. So these are the original Tulleys Farm 19 film, the Brighton, Oktoberfest, Tulleys 21, Alton Towers Farm 22, and it will be expanded. Now, I want to actually do actual series. I will work on it, like up to 5, which I will go up to what that leads up to later, but it's not, the scripts is just not really the problem, it's shooting it. Like the cinematography, like the shot lists, and I got a book recently of the 5 C's of cinematography, which I've got to master that. But it isn't only that, the editing software, iMovie isn't going to be able to do what I want to do with all the visual effects, I forgot to say, I'm also disappointed how the channel isn't accessible as it should have been. But when you're 13 years old, Tell me one 13-year-old who just out of nowhere has planned it, knows exactly what to do, confident, and they'll just make a successful YouTube channel just like that. No one. But yeah, I grow loads of skills, and yeah. Now, I always beat myself out for it. Like this TV series, like series that have got so much thought into it, and then there's mine. Just yeah. Now, the idea of the Tech Archie cinematic universe has basically been there since Fan 17, so beginning, and I just didn't know how to put it off. Originally it was to be like the films, like the YouTuber, yeah, you know, like he goes on adventures, you know, it's just felt weird and stupid, so yeah. And then there was like an alternative in which there's a gang of alien hunters called Tech Archie, and then flash forward, I tried to do films when I started London Film Comic Con and Fight Nights of like accounts, and it goes under that name, Tech Archie. But why the hell would you say hey, it's so stupid? So yeah, now flash forward to Tulleys Farm 19. They don't make any mention of the channel. He's just the same guy like this, and he just goes by the name Tech Archie. But now it's an alternative universe, like I said. But I'm not sure if people like that idea, but I think it's cool. And the ideas that I've got, whoa, it's definitely to be clear, it's not in the same universe as the YouTube one. Now, I'm talking about horror films and the woman. Like I said originally, it's just logic. Like, how else do you explain how they're getting into our world, you know? The global warming and No Way Home films like that impact the story. Back when I recently did Tulleys Farm 19 film, I wasn't as political, but you can see my Instagram, people are like, his stuff is good at YouTube, but he's got too political. It was never explicitly said in Tulleys Farm 19. But yeah, global warming did impact the story, yeah, you know, it's getting worse and it needs to be addressed, you know, horror films. Well, you can imagine Freddy doing that, can't you? Films like No Way Home, did it impact the story? More, maybe, I think it could have done, because when I was writing, at the end of writing it, it's probably all the trailers were being released for No Way Home, but yeah, the idea was already there. So, Krueger and Billy, now, fourth part of Oktoberfest. Now, they're sort of right, so it's only logical to put Billy to pop at the end of Oktoberfest. The way I created Billy was, I got a Billy mask off Amazon, which is £10, and it's the best you can get, but yeah, props on Amazon aren't really accurate and just look cheap, but I do love it, but yeah, it does look kind of fake and stuff, and I was like, why the hell have you bought that? So yeah, you can kind of tell it's not actually what material it's made out of, like in the actual films. But then, because I got my black coat, and yeah, that was Billy's costume. But hopefully, in later installments, as I got more budget and production value, that we can get Billy an actual costume, like the laser. But yeah, I'm hoping to. But it's just cheap. But it's like the joke again. Because of like how Saw went downhill the films, the quality, that's why Billy's in that state. So I'm hoping to get an actual Billy costume that's accurate, but yeah, whenever he next appears. But yeah, evolution, you know, it shows how the villains change throughout these films. So I really would have buy something like Billy represented, like an actual Billy costume or set or prop, you know, so it doesn't look cheap and fake, or something that resembles it. And I got like a mini bike that I could somehow turn into his Billy's bike, but the problem is Billy isn't living, of course. Freddy, Jason, and Freddy, well, Michael I meant, they're obviously living. I'm not sure if they're even human anymore, but yeah, they can move, but it just shows state that Billy's in and the multiverse, you know. So I'm hoping to get some of that would drop because it wouldn't make sense Freddy's movement. But his appearance is barely what this is all about, what makes Billy Billy. I, in October Fest 2021, watched the first scene and saw in which Amanda and the reverse bear trap to get really into the voice. Now, years later, I don't say that, man, 2023, I was like, hey, we got stronger resources, bigger production value, let's show that. Even though the time between Oktoberfest and Tulleys is over a month, what I did was do the same process, but make the voice more menacing, as I'm very good at impersonating things. If you want me to do any voice impersonations, just call me out, contact me, I will do it anyway. But yeah, Thatcher Joe, my inspiration for YouTube, did it. So yeah, I want to do it because everyone says I'm amazing at it and I want to show on YouTube. I use the audio effects on iMovie, so originally I was experimenting with like robot, a really distorted phone. Was like, that makes no sense because Billy isn't a robot. Imagine if that happened, people be fuming. Like Cyberman, I can do that and make it easy when I get to Doctor Who stuff. But yeah, wait, I'm not sure. Doctor Who may appear, but me and my Doctor Who series I'm starting. But I went with Cathedral and Small Room 2, I think. Yeah, but I had to re-record the dialogue multiple times because just doing the same voice and saying certain things is really tricky with continuity that it sounds the same, so I had to re-record it so many times.
Next Halloween, if there is no lockdown, you must without fail. Next Halloween, if there's not a lockdown, you must next Halloween, if there's not a lockdown, you must without fail lose your virginity.
And then there was a problem, like I wasn't satisfied, so what I did was search on YouTube how to impersonate Billy the Puppet. So I watched a video on how to impersonate Jigsaw. So yeah, so hopefully next time you see Billy, he's in better form, see what props I can get, because the thing is, online, they getting film props like horror films, especially for mine though, they look really cheap and fake. I looked at a website that specialises in horror props up. They don't really do what I do, but it's expensive. Comic-Con, they look so much better. So yeah, whenever I go to Comic-Con, I see what's there. The footage of Billy loose in Tulleys Farm 21 is actually salvaged from the Oktoberfest 2021, and the actual original footage is loose, if you can tell. The reason we did that is that it's a pain setting the camera up and the angles, and I can't see the screen from that camera, which I get into later about that camera, making sure I'm staged properly so I'm not off the camera. Just it really annoys me when that camera does that. But yeah, and then Billy's just in the same costume, just getting the stage, but salvage it because it takes a lot of time. I'm editing the video and I realised I didn't talk about how to create the sound effects for Billy moving. So what I did, I got this notebook which I had to do the back because personal details. So this is for the usual movement, like subtle, that kind of thing. And then for the rapid, like, you know, when he does his head, it was like this. In the first edit of the end scene, you can see in the scene that Billy moves a lot, which yes, I'm trying now, but I didn't think it was supposed to be unusable like I said originally. But I thought, hey, he should be moving, shouldn't he? He should be making noises, which yes, I did recreate, you've seen that. And like they kept, I made them like loud enough, but they keep like, so they can be heard clearly over the dialogue. But I just felt like I just felt it was annoying and repetitive. So I looked at the original scene of Amanda in the original Saw film with Reverse Bear Trap, and afterwards Billy the Puppet comes, and I was looking because I remember specifically that he tilts his head. I was like, they don't make any noises. So that's how I reduced the noises in the scene of like foyer. Now, Freddy. God, this has been taking so long. Like, I think I should look at how Freddy was originally made, because I've got notes of how Freddy was originally made in the 2019 one. With Freddy, originally in Fan 20, I did an impersonation of his voice, something like that. And then I slowed it down, like 0.5x speed in Movie Maker. So, I'm going to start with how our stage is set. So yeah, I had to move some things, like there's a behind the scenes photo. Like there was some things in the way of the door, so I moved them. It's right there actually, the door. Later I'm going to show you what I did, so. Yeah, later, when I was editing it, I saw that I thought I moved all a wooden chair, but it was still in frame, but I had to zoom in, but that's not the main reason I had to zoom in. But I think that would fit pretty well in the set of where this is supposed to be set, the Freddy fit sequence. But the thing is, you can see in the mirror, there was a mirror, so that's why I had to zoom in. These clothes, which these do not blend in. Originally, I had a Freddy mask, which, it is Freddy, and this is Fan 19 film, and a jumper, which is Freddy-like, but he's got black stripes. I think he's got green, which isn't really accurate, like it's what I got at the time. Was like, it was lockdown, it's like, oh hey, I got this, I'm going to play Freddy. But yeah, I'm hoping to get that nearer the future, to get an actual Freddy jumper. But since then, I've acquainted, it's not a Freddy hat, but a cowboy hat, which my sister got for a photo shoot, which, this is all her artwork. So this is all our photography work. Feel free to follow her on Tasha's List Photography. Oh yeah, she appeared in this feature, didn't she? Well, it did its job. You couldn't tell it was a cowboy, just, Freddy has that hat. And then, I also got a Freddy glove. I was like, why isn't there two? But Freddy only has one glove. Yeah. But the thing is about it, the claws, like razor, they look so plastic, grey and fake. So I was like, oh no, I'm not gonna do this. What I did was, I don't know where the bottle is, but there's zombie blood spray, and I sprayed that over it to look a bit more grim and realistic and bloody and grim and more detail, so it doesn't look fake. The thing about the Freddy mask, it doesn't cover the neck, so obviously it doesn't cover the neck because it's a mask. So in the 2019 Tulleys, you can tell, but again, that's a part of the joke. It's a spoof that how bad that the Freddy has got, So I had to cover my neck in blood, fake blood, and there's pictures of him right now of like the same zombie blood dress. So I still have the same mask, which I'm thinking of getting another one, which I'll get onto why, but that's what it is, just to get. I found one on Amazon which covers the neck, so that makes it easier for special effects. So you have the original mask and had UV lighting like paint, which I put on it, and fake blood and the zombie blood spray and water to make it look more real and like as if there's something there, not rubber and fake. And water, yes, you can't really tell, but it's very hard to see, but it's just to make him feel more real, like. And now he doesn't sweat yet, and the UV is on my mask, still on it, but I'm not sure if it come out. But hey, fake blood went all over my Michael mask, which I'm planning to do again or something, you will see. And then 10 months later I do it and ooh, it's vanished, actually, like that. Also, with editing the scene, I applied like a TV like screen effect to make it more like cheap, like bad quality video. I was doing the voice naturally because it's basically Smaug, and at some point there was some thing it just didn't work, so I had to do low pitch too. So yeah.
And we have walking away and become jokes.
Now, in terms of makeup, originally it didn't cover the whole of my face, so it looked off-putting and fake. Did I just say off-putting? Off-putting. And so what I did was like, that was the original, but I just wanted to make it feel how to show how much detail and how real, how much enthusiasm and detail. So I literally put it all over my eyelids and face, the UV lighting. And when I was in the shower, I was thinking afterwards, how am I going to rub this off in the shower? I thought it'd take days to take off, but luckily it came off instantly. But I knew it was fake blood from experience from last time, from like the actual film from Peaky Blinders when I went to Tulleys. It takes a few days to go off. and it says that on the bottle actually. Another thing is, like with Tulleys Farm 19 and future projects and this, you can't do back shots of Freddy because the Freddy mask I've got right now, it only covers the head, the front of the face. If you look at old footage, you can see it, you know. What was the most hardest and fun character to play? Now with Billy, it was just footage, so I just needed to do the voice. But it was hard to do some lines with just that voice, you know. Hello man, that kind of thing. And that's literally there right then. And I just found Freddy so much fun and like to play, and it's just smiled like I said, but I just needed a voice, so the voice was pretty natural. But again, some things are strong to say, but the makeup and like the features, I just had so much fun like getting into the makeup and stuff. And in future songs like Friday Nights 22 and Tulleys Farm 23, etc. and Halloween Special on Farm 23. Oh, I just want to expand on it. He's just evolving, and I didn't mention it here, but I mentioned it gets explored later on. But his visits to me, it's making them grow and repair themselves, like the energy, you know. But I was meant to mention that in the Friday Nights Farm 22 documentary. Idiot. I kind of dived into this, but when I was making Tulleys Farm 19, in delivery, in editing, and when I was filming it, I deliberately made mistakes so people knew it was fake. So they wouldn't get too scared, like, you do that, man? I mean, I know it's strong horror, and there is definitely to be strong horror and strong threat in Friday Nights Farm 22. The ideas that I've got, I'm a bit worried about some of them, so I need to talk to people about it before I put it on YouTube, yeah. There's improvisations in the Tulleys feature. Now, so Billy's saying the multiverses. I said that when I was recording that. I was like, oh, I should mention that. That'd be cool. Like, it makes sense. I'm just in the time period, isn't it? Because I know where you home. And then with Freddy Krueger, it's about Stranger Things. I was like, hang on a minute. How many times has there been Freddy Easter egg in Stranger Things? Even before Nightmare on Elm Street was a thing in the first series. So I added that line in, but like Freddy's in the back of the shop in the shop that Steve and Nancy Robin work in, but I couldn't mention it because we're in Fan 21. That's summer's Fan 22. At least I got to mention it. Hey, but it's a cool Easter egg. I already talked about this, but was global warming a part of the plot in Fan 19 Tulleys? Yes, but it wasn't explicitly said. It's a bit obvious, isn't it? Like, how else is it? I was thinking about it, but ever since then, I got more political, and it's only just logically how it works, and like, they'll have a go, and the villains have a all go about global warming and how this world is screwed now. Now, in terms of this big epic final, when is it going to happen? Yeah, I'm calling it the internet event of the decade, but yeah, about that, I need to build a fan base, have at least 1,000 subscribers, and like I said, there needs to be build up of like 4 or 5 Pikachu Cinematic Universe series, and I want to do all of the content I want, and most importantly, like I said, I need a dome premiere because the effect. No, it cannot be done on iMovie. Can you imagine just a big blockbuster that's done on iMovie? Now for Tulleys, in terms of music, what I did was download a video off YouTube of over an hour of heavy metal music, as heavy metal, Tulleys is very heavy metal, and going forward all the Tulleys films will have this little feature, whatever. And yeah, and as well as this, the Tulleys Farm 21 feature is heavily inspired by Peaky Blinders, so Peaky Blinders music is well used. So it goes heavy metal, Peaky Blinders, and then sometimes tradition ends, but I did download copyright heavy metal music in 2022. I'm not sure people are a fan of it, I don't know why. And then in terms of the title sequence, the reason I lose Halloween, Texas and Saw themes, it's just, it felt empty and I just wanted to have more impact in the title sequence, you know. Now, Balls and Balls. I heard that when I was in six, you know, the video game shop, and I thought that'd be a sick song. So I used Shazam to get it and find out what the song is, and I loosed it in Tulleys. I thought that'd be sick to lose in Tulleys Fan 21. For the final scene, the saw, the thing is, I couldn't chop it, and the song would be too short for the Billy scene. So what I did was lose low pitch 2 or something on iMovie. I did that so I didn't get copyright. I mean, it's got copyright, but nothing to it. And then the end music, I wanted like, originally I thought, oh, need chop audio, that'd be enough. But I thought at the time when I did that, maybe add something more. So I did. So I added 3 tracks of Alton Monkeys, Are You Mine, Do I Wanna Know, and Step Out of It. But I did them at different speeds, have a weird effect. Also not to get copyrighted. I wanted loads of Alton Monkeys songs to play, but it would only do 3 tracks, I think, iMovie. So I wanted I Wanna Be Yours on there, but no, it wasn't having it. A music that is losing the scene resembles what's happening in the screen, which, yes, it's a skill I learned since that time, but yeah, it's pretty logical, yeah. And with Thriller, when it was in the title sequence, when it said based on true events, I wanted no music, just to fill it up for more effect. I did it a minute, so it's like Stranger Things sequence as well. And yeah, I played that right at the end to have a more effect, and plus, due to the old closing logo just being long, you know, to make up for the time. Also, I'm probably losing the copyright-free heavy metal music in this video, so tell me what you think. Do you like it? Should I lose it in all my videos? Well, future videos. So, I filmed this scene in the day, and I thought there's a nighttime mode on iMovie, but I didn't think it was really effective. Couldn't really tell if it was on at night. I was going to send my sister a picture, and you couldn't even tell in the picture to see what she thought. Yes, there's a nighttime mode, as I said, but I added the wire effect on iMovie to give like a black and white effect, so it's like you can tell it's at night. But so people weren't confused, I added the caption Halloween night at the start of the scene. This is also what I did in the Tulleys Farm 19 film, because obviously the film was there. Now, what are you playing at, you might say? So my film, Revenge from Heaven, you might have seen it, I posted a link and showed glimpses of it right now. So it's a scene that was taking place at night. So the thing is, I filmed that normally, and I did one indoors, outside, and you can see it on screen right now. And yeah, so I added the effect on Adobe Premiere, and I can't remember what effect it is, but yeah. And it was pretty effective indoors, but so I thought, hey, we got this, but outdoors it wasn't, but that's the whole point. So what we did was just the plot, which, no, I didn't really, but I tried, in editing I tried my best, but it still didn't give me a satisfaction. So my tutor went, hey, there was a flashback doing black and white. So yeah, that's how it was done. Now, in terms of the end scene, after the moment about losing virginity and then oh shit. Originally the scene ended with Billy saying you must lose your virginity. Now the reason I couldn't add me replying to Billy about anything more is because for continuity reasons, like setting it up, making it look perfect, it just, and plus I didn't have any time to do any more film for that to make it like perfect. I just had just enough time to do Billy and Freddy, and that was painful enough. Different aspects ratios. This isn't just for the Tulleys Farm feature, this is for everything. So, my camera, it can give like the Netflix kind of cinematic ratio, which I thought was really cool. And I went on about this on my Instagram. If Tulleys Farm 21, and also this rolls everything also has Fan 22, which I'll get to that bit, the feature of Doctor Who, and 4-part October Fest, they all have the same aspect ratio. The feature of Doctor Who is a YouTube video, a fun-on YouTube video. Tulleys and 4-part October Fest are features, films, Tech Archie Cinematic Universe films, and it has the same aspect ratio. It doesn't make them feel strange. Now the reason behind October Fest not having the cinematic aspect ratios is because we didn't know what happened and the stress, like we needed it out ASAP. But So what I did was establish that now that with my camera, which we're going to do later, that I thought, hey, if the Netflix things, that gives a high up quality, production quality for the YouTube videos, so we get more recognised. But now it's just 16:9 with my new camera, but hey, it's filmed in 4K, what else can you ask for? All my video production projects will be in 4K now, filmed in 4K. We can't help Tulleys for Oktoberfest, but yeah, but from on now on, the Tech Archie Cinematic Universe specials, Cinematic Universe project, production, whatever, films, features, they have the cinematic bars, you can tell, all are special, they're epic, they're so cinematic, which they are. We established they're special, despite their lengths, which yeah, I know, if you've seen Alton Towers, yeah. I mean, Amazon Prime does it, and YouTube projects, but yeah, as I said, YouTube have 16:9, so yeah. And in terms of under an hour project, but yeah, it just tells you, they're cinematic, they're bars, they're films, under an hour, there's like TV episodes, you know. Now, I almost forgot I was about to tap, because I'll get into that later. I get into a lot of things later because there's so much involved, you know. I thought I was going to talk about how I came up with the concept, Freddy and Freddy, but no, I thought, hey, I'm expanding it. But yeah, I did rewatch the whole Tulleys feature, and there wasn't really anything else to add to it, to think to be mentioned. For the scene of the 2019 montage and the finish, in the original, you can see at the bottom it says edited by Power Director. Now the problem is that it's just for some reason that I really wouldn't support the footage from Circle to Forward, so I lose another software. I think it was Power Director. Well, you just said it, man. But the problem is I didn't have software that could get rid of that. I mean, Tulleys, holy moly, imagine that in the cinematic version. Tulleys Oktober Fest, that computer had really bad storage, especially for film editing, video editing, any video editing. So it kept full out really shortly. Originally I did install Sony Vegas 15 like with my last computer, which I did edit a lot of videos of, I did edit a lot of videos on my first computer with Sony Vegas. Yeah, whenever I rendered it, it just wouldn't do the full thing. I just realised later I was just so fixed it up, realised it. Storage. But yeah, if my next computer is Windows, I'm hoping to get Sony Vegas because obviously I won't be losing iMovie. And I do not want to go back to Movie Maker because the production value is really low. So what I did was like, how do you cover the bars? So I lose cinematic bars, which was done and done Premiere. As you can tell, free softwares we lose. The scene up to the scene which I realised what's happened since before the titles were given, that was all done on Movie Maker, Windows Live Movie Maker. Then the re-edits were done on Adobe Premiere. But most up to Scene 7 with the camera problem, they were all edited at Adobe Premiere, and then they were put all together in iMovie. But the thing is, one thing, because of storage again, I couldn't solve it. One scene can export on Adobe Premiere. Again, Adobe Premiere, that's how I got the bars, because it's the only way I could cover it up, because I did not want that. Spoof just shows how strong our production value is now. Well, it wasn't really that, but now it is. It was actually, yeah. I think I talked already about this, but why did I choose 16:9 aspect ratio? Now, there was multiple choices when I was filming, like pitching, writing, editing this. What aspect ratio is this to be? Because aspect ratios, it interferes with filming and framing, which yes, I will talk about full part of Oktoberfest in that area, yeah. So I was thinking, what aspect ratios? So I wanted it to be like, there was multiple choices to have the Netflix bars, the cinematic bars, and 16:9, but I just thought, because free editing softwares will lose again, like I said, I'm limited to that, you know, so I wasn't really thinking all three, like I wanted to lose them all. Why did I choose 16:9? Because it felt it, the aesthetics, it felt more real. It reflected on it, it made it more home-like, it reflected on the actual event, and it was like a straight short film that was done quickly. And plus cheap effects, you know, iMovie was all done, you know, Movie Maker. It's just with the footage, this is the reason. Now, in the original 2019 film, it was filmed with multiple cameras, so the good thing is, it was filmed in the dark, these segments, scenes, and people didn't notice it, but it does annoy me when I watch films like Oppenheimer, Top Gun, Maverick, that I see the aspect ratio changes. So, like, 69, blah blah blah. So yeah, I just wanted it to be as smooth as possible, editing, like, so no scenarios of that, and like that have a thought process, so it was an easy process. Like, I just didn't feel the bars were necessary, I don't think. It didn't feel right, I don't think. I don't think it's cool, but it didn't feel well with the tone and aesthetics, I don't think. Didn't want to mess around with the aspect ratios. Like, I fixed the scene when it says edited by Power Director, but the thing is, I think the reason is because of framing. And I just didn't want to feel modern. I just wanted a 69 like old film, like classic, because of the footage. I just wanted to be like quick, you know, the aesthetics, like modern. I didn't want it to be modern, just wanted to be straight to video, like the aesthetics. But yeah, like with the last you see of these in 69, it just works well with the atmosphere. The camera I was losing 1300, that's 69, and it, like, that was the last project I lose with it. I just wanted it quickly filmed, you know. And finally, I have kind of talked about this, but I did try doing the full-on cinematic bars for October Fest. But again, I was rushed and we didn't know what the results would be. But some of the scenes were filmed close up, and that would just ruin it and take you out the entire film. Like Amazing Spider-Man 2, just too close up and just the shots feel weird, and it wouldn't be honoured like it is now. Like, it wouldn't be honoured. So it just kind of had the effects of like what it had at the time in 2021. But we have reflected and upgraded our process, like all the Tech Archie cinematic universe features, projects, films, whatever productions. They have the cinematic bars to establish that. Like Amazon Prime originals, like they have 25-minute special TV episodes, dramas, and that they've got cinematic bars, so it's not under the carry on to establish. It's not a YouTube video. I get ignored when people say that these films I do are YouTube videos. So, different cameras. Now my Canon Vegas 100D, 13000D I think. Yeah, so yeah, I've been using that since basically I started YouTube, and all my productions are like, hey, with this phone, I'm gonna be like, this is the last feature that's been filmed with this. But, for some reason, like, it started working away, and like, I couldn't operate it anymore, I couldn't turn on because the battery thing fell. So yeah, last time that was filmed, it helped with Tulleys Farm Shocktober. I was like, that's fine, I'll feature, but yeah. And you can tell the quality changed because I'm filming with my new camera, which, holy moly, it's a 4K camera, so yeah, the production value has definitely gone up. Just need to learn the cinematography, yeah. But the thing is, I filmed it like I normally do, but some of the audio is distorted. I know, I'm gonna fix it. And I fixed it with a new way to film. You see it in Fighters Phantom 2, so yeah, that's the next one. After the next one, after Alton Towers, yeah. It's the one after Alton Towers. And before we really near the end, but in terms of, I did mention it, didn't I? But yeah, my films, if you've seen them, Revenge in Heaven, etc. More on the way, but 2 more until we do this properly. My sister, she's a photographer. Like, look at her work, look how amazing it is. And she got a first in her degree with a VHS camera. It's really impressive. Like, her portfolio is really impressive. Please check it out, I really appreciate it. And I really appreciate it if you can help her out and like book photo shoots, but please don't do anything weird. But yeah, you can look at all this. She got a first, and her portfolio is really impressive. But she found it really difficult to get work when she left uni, photography work. So what I said was, with how the way my films are filmed, you know, not looking good. So I'm gonna do in-depth research after these 2 films that I'm doing at the moment on how to master cinematography, lighting, etc. filming skills, and I got a book, like I said. So yeah, I mean, with these films you can tell there's an improvement, but yeah. Tripod. So after I filmed the Freddy scene, my tripod is like gone in 2. So I had to lose my sister's old tripod, which she used for her YouTube videos when she first did it, but my camera doesn't fit on it. So that's what I had problems. And that's what I have problems when I'm going on location filming for my productions and other films, like whenever you next see Freddy and all that, and how I'm going to film. So yeah, I'm trying to get a new tripod ASAP for my films and projects, you know, for Fight Night Fan 22, which is going to be after Alton Towers, you know, and the Freddy scenes, you know, the villains. So I'm not sure how to be filmed, but I work on it. I got other equipment. So yeah, I was going to film this video in my room, but I couldn't at a new angle as well. I was going to experiment. So that's why I had to film in my sister's room. And I'm using one of her phone tripod, which she's using for social media creation. And in terms, when's the next one of these Tech Archie Beyond the Legacy videos going to be? Maybe, I think it's going to be when it's Fright Nights Fan 22, which I'll give an update on that on my Insta. But yeah, the thing is, I don't really see the point of doing one for Alton Towers because it's plain just editing. Unless you're really interested, just hit me up. So my social media is on the screen right now. Anyway, thanks for support, see you in the future, and goodbye. And please subscribe, I really appreciate it. We can build this fan base and make my subscribers build, make the channel grow. But yeah, because I have to say this, but between each video, it's a very long process, especially with personal life, like working, you know, and I had coursework to do, you know, and that's why there's such long gaps between October Fest and the future Doctor, and that's why these videos can come out fancy. They were supposed to come out yet. I'm sorry, only one video a year. That's pathetic. I know something bad's happening, but yeah, I know I'm getting a bit of hate, but everyone gets hate. There's still good things. People are saying good things about these new recent ones, and I'm getting subscribed for each one. There's writing and scripting, then there's the filming and editing. Each process has as long as the other.